Fall's the time for seed collecting, and we've been collecting Salvia greggii. I see you collect those calyces, which are those little brown V-shaped things, just a conglomeration of sepals. And all sage species, all members of the genus Salvia, have 2 to 4 seeds inside. So that's what we're going to do here. See, and this is the method I use. You got to find, these are mostly done. Oh, look, you can actually see the seeds inside that calyx. So these are mostly done blooming. You still got a couple going off down there. We're not going to get these, but the ones that are already turning brown, starting to lose their color, we'll just go like this, take a bunch, and oh yeah, you got quite a few seeds in there. See those little black things in the crevices of my fingers? Right here we got a species of Gil Astrum in the phlox family Polemoniaceae. Beautiful purple flowers, but if you're catching the theme that everything's covered in tiny little hairs right here and has that chalky mint green color, you'd be correct. That's an adaptation to this dry and especially windy and dry climate. Look at that Salvia greggii. Holy shit, can you imagine that whole thing lit up in pink? Hairs and wax, 2 adaptations of desert organisms, desert plants, excuse me. Look at that Quercus moriana with those blue leaves. This is what you need to be planting if you live in this climate, all right? Otherwise it's a Sisyphusian uphill battle trying to grow the Home Depot shit, that garbage they offer in your landscape if you live in a place like this. Plus all this stuff is connected. Look at that beautiful Pinus remota. All this stuff is connected to native pollinators and insects and birds. You want to have them around, which you should because they're cool as hell. This is the stuff you got to plant. Gudioresia cerothria right here. See that? It's covered in dirt from the row, but it's also got that chalky mint green color. It's got, basically, you're looking at, I don't know, 80 tiny little sunflowers right there. Look at that. There's those little yellow corollas inside there. Sunflower family Asteraceae. Common roadside, quote, weed here in West Texas. Look at another salvia. You're looking out on this beautiful oak woodland on the side of a slope, all right, but it's still got those blue leaves that it needs to grow in a desert, that Quercus moriana. They're 2-foot tall shrubs behind me up the slope where they're exposed in the sun, but here they can actually turn into trees. And then that guy is actually I think that's an undescribed species in the red oak group. It's an undescribed species of oak. There's a larger tree behind me. I've only seen 3 individuals here. Right here we got the West Texas mountain mahogany. Cercocarpus is the genus. It's in the rose family, Rosaceae. You can see those leaves. Look at that. Look, that beautiful white underside from all those hairs. Look at all, you get all those tiny little hairs and scales on the underside, and then those plumose feathery things. These are the maturing fruits. It's the single-seeded fruit in a cane. They're not ready yet, though. When they are ready, they'll be turning brown and ready to go, and those little plumose things aid them in wind dispersal. Cercocarpus, the mountain mahoganies, are a big genus, again, in the rose family. Throughout the montane west, you even get a couple rare species on the Channel Islands of California. I think there's just 1 rare species out there, but really cool genus. They can live for a long time, and they grow extremely slowly. But here's the West Texas variation of it, the West Texas species. Really cool. Look at those leaves. Those leaves are fucking gorgeous. Holy hell. And then going through the brush, we got Isonhardia, Texana, another great plant, Berberis, trifoliolata, all right, with leaves like barbed wire. The West Texas variant of skeleton leaf, Sidnea tenuifolia, which has much thinner leaves. It's a little bit cooler than it is in South Texas here, but it's much drier. And then here's that Quercus moriana woodland. I'm looking for acorns. Where are the acorns at? You know, it must not be a mast here for Quercus moriana. What a bummer. I got a few, but not as many as I'd like. Oh, who's this? Oh, it's soapberry. Oh no, excuse me, it's Ungnatia speciosa, maple family. Mexican buckeye, they call it. That's a great plant. That's a great tree for a dry native plant garden in West Texas. Look at these racks. These racks are getting me hat. Where's the damn... Well, come on, man. Where's an acorn? Where's a fucking acorn? I know you got a couple up there, huh? Yeah, you got to come on a mast here, and this thing will just be producing tons of acorns, probably every 3 or 4 years. I don't know. It's different for every species. What a great species. Oh, this is what you got to be planting, though. Again, those adaptations to the dry. They got the hairs. They're already prepped. You should see the new growth on these. They look insane. They're like straight up fuzzy. Look at all those tiny hairs. Adaptations to the wind and the dry. There we go. There's the new growth busting out on that oak. Look at that. Look how woolly that is. Why is Quercus moriana Not in the landscape trade. Cobrelinia spinosa is a really nice one. Related to mustard. Just doing that whole photosynthetic stem thing. There's some seeds in there. I'm going to grab some of these. In the mustard family, or the mustard order, excuse me, Brassicales, but in its own family. You can see it's forming this nice little colony right here. And they do well in a garden too. Why would you want some spiny shit like that in the garden? Well, one, because it's a cool member of the ecosystem. Native ecosystem supports a lot of native pollinators with those flowers right there, but also because, you know, maybe say you want a nice, you know, instead of putting up barbed wire, you want some sort of barrier to entry, you know, beneath somebody's window, you know, so you don't get any peeping toms, any midnight lurkers rubbing one off, watching you while you're asleep, you know. That's why you'd plant something like that, you know. Works really good. Got your Gudierrezia Cerothri right there. Your Yucca, I think that's Torrei. And then, of course, we got skeleton leaf, but the West Texas ecotype. This is such an important shrub to get into native landscaping here. And much thinner leaves than the South Texas ecotype. But basically, when these little daisy heads are done blooming, let's see if I can find one. There we go. When these daisy heads are done blooming, you just see there's one. The little daisy rays have already fallen off. This is probably not ready yet, but you could probably pick it and let it mature in a paper bag. And when you split it open, it looks like that. And you just basically, you see those little black things, those are all the seeds. So one flower head will have, I don't know, upwards of 40 or 50 seeds inside. Look at those things. That's great. This is such a great plant. They take full sun, no problem. You give them a little bit of water, get them established, they take off. If you're looking for quick shade cover in a yard, you know, so you can grow some other stuff, you know, just keep that sun off that from baking that ground. This is the one to do it with. Sidnea tenuifolia, skeleton leaf goldeneye. Don't ask me where the hell the common name came from. Just call it skeleton leaf. But seed's not ready on this one yet. They'll be ready in like I don't know, 3 weeks, a month. This is a nice one, white brush. When it's going off, you could smell it from 20 feet away. Each one of those little things that I'm about to pull off, those little hairy things, those little burrs, is a white flower when this thing is blooming, and you can smell those pleasant blooms from 20 feet away. So I'm just going to run my hand up like this, take it, and put it in the bag. So this is kind of cool. So here we are on this little mound, this little hill you could see, just kind of an anomaly in the desert. It's just literally, even on a terrain map, it looks like a mound. Just like a little, not quite a zit, more like a big scab. But the geology changes drastically here from what you see over here. And this at first glance looks igneous. You can see it's kind of smoothed out, but it's actually a type of quartzite. It's from the, I think it's about 300 million years old. It's part of a geologic formation known as the Testness Formation. And you can actually see it on a geologic map. So it looks like igneous rock, but then you look closer and it's basically just metamorphosed sandstone. It's metamorphosed quartzite. I'm going to have to take a couple rocks of this home with me. And also, even weirder is this Yucca species that you see. You got Dasylirion and you got a Sodal there, but you've got this Yucca species, this branching Yucca that's doesn't have, it's not the Yucca elata. It doesn't have any of those little hairs that come off of it. It's got the very stiff leaves. Almost looks like a kind of Yucca rostrata, like a dwarf form of Yucca rostrata, but it's super dominant here, as you can see. It's everywhere, but just on this hill. We haven't seen it anywhere else, not in the mountains over there and not in the basin, just on this hill. So it seems like maybe it's restricted to this kind of calcareous sandstone, this quartzite. Actually, maybe there's not any calcium carbonate in this sandstone. Maybe there's no limestone. Maybe this is more, it is more akin in chemistry to something igneous, but it's just cooked sandstone. 300 million year old sandstone. Oh, this is interesting. Texas persimmon. I'd know that smooth, lovely bark anywhere. Nice little colony of Texas persimmon, who knows how old. Just stuck in these rocks. Hiding out in these rocks, trying not to get stabbed by this Yucca. Torrei. Oh, shit, that's pretty cool. That's nice. It's got to be 100 years old, if not older. Each one of those trees. Yeah, look at it. These old persimmons, man. Nothing's fruiting, though, because Texas has been such a drought the last few years. Oh, look, there's a, quote, pigeonberry, Ravina humilis. It's a cool one. I got one of those in my yard. these iron concretions. That's kind of interesting. Iron concretions in sandstone. Odd shaped. Some of them have cavities in them. Look at that. That's weird. I've never seen something like that before. How the shit does that form? Definitely looks like some metamorphic metamorphic rock up here. Like a conoclinium, one of the mist flowers. Surprised to see this here. Just out in the desert. Just there's another one. It's a desert mist flower, a desert tolerant mist flower. God, it is so dry here. There's a cactus it's hiding from the cows, the overgrazing. Looks like some sort of Escobaria, or perhaps a Coryphantha, but it's flowering out the center, not in a ring around the center like it would be if it was a mammillaria. Just little clumps. Ah, nice little wash here. You got Ugnatia speciosa, the Mexican buckeye with those distinctive three-carpelled little dry fruits right there. And we got this cool croton right here. Oh, there's a salvia. I don't know what salvia this is. Is that romeriana? I don't know. Anyway, and then we got this nice croton, the leaves of which smell wonderful. It's covered in those little scales. There's the flowers. You can see that those are the female flowers in the bottom. A lot of nice stuff here. It's a member of Asteraceae, which some of them have opposite leaves further down, where the leaves are opposite each other, and then the distal leaves become alternate. Flip it over, look at the phylaries. Helianthe tribe, we know that. And then there's those, look, the phylaries kind of reflects down as the thing matures. This juniper, these oaks. Oh, look at that nice rock. A lot of nice rocks here. So much cool stuff, man. You could explore these mountains forever. Anyway, that's all I got. Have a great day. Go fuck yourself. Bye. Look at that alpenglow. Oh, that's nice. That's real soothing. Look at this. There's a vestigial population of Arbutus halepensis, the Texas Madrone, and Mexico Madrone. Majority of the population is in Mexico. Look at that beautiful bark. Blueberry family, Ericaceae. Let's step down here and just take a nice look. Oh, I got stabbed anyway. How about that? Man, that's a beast. Look how old that is. Oh, and I do see some fruits on it, but they're not ready yet. There's a population of this that goes west of Austin too, but they're getting destroyed because of all the cancerous development going on there. Look at that bark. God damn. A desert madrone. Of course, you get the Pacific madrone out in California. That gets significantly larger. Look at that. A madrone with all the butterflies flying around it. Holy hell. Yeah, see, there's those fruits. They'll turn red when they're ready. They're bird dispersed. The arbutoid subfamily of the blueberry family, Ericaceae. Looks like you got a couple over there. That elk shit. You got another one over there. Yeah, look at that. How old is that guy? What a beautiful fucking tree. God damn. Oh, that's nice. Wonder if they're gonna last past the coming heat and dry of climate change. Oh, just in this little wash. That's nice. Yeah, it's a large madrone too. It's got this beautiful croton down below. You got that acalypha. It's a nice croton. Who's that salvia was around here too? I don't know where it went. Oh, look at it. Look at it fucking. The light just hits that limestone, right? It's cool. Only a couple trees, man. Not many. Just a few remnant. This is a remnant population. When West Texas was a little bit cooler and a little bit wetter. Yeah, we looked up, we looked down, we just found these two. Relict Madrones in Pecos County, Texas, near the Glass Mountains. No other ones. Why'd they get stuck there? I don't know. But there must have been more at some point. Perhaps there's more up this little wash. Nice big, nice little blue stem. Got a Muhlenbergia right there. Nice Cobrolinia. No, I don't see any more. God damn. Oh, that's crazy. 2 Relict Madrones. What was West Texas like in the Pleistocene? You gotta ask yourself. Bet you we're still getting sunsets like that, but the landscape was probably a lot different. A lot of members, a lot of species of plants and mammal that are no longer here. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, they started their migration already, the monarchs. Or maybe it's the queens, I don't know. They were just posted up, headed south. God, there must have been so many more, even a century ago. Can you imagine? Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Isn't that nice? That's pretty nice. You can't see, it's backlit, but there's a butterfly just roosting there.